Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for all of you that are new, I'm Kelsey Vetri. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a thumbs up. This is a tutorial that I was just inspired by spring. I wanted to keep the eyes very neutral, but I wanted a very bold pink lip. So I really love how this turned out with the dramaticness, but yet since it is very spring appropriate, it really is very fresh and daytime appropriate, but yet you could really wear this at any part of the day. I love the look of a very neutral eye and bold lip. So I'm so happy with the way that this turned out. So if you guys want to see how I got this look, then just keep watching. Hey guys, so we're going to start off by priming our eyelids. I'm just using a little bit of concealer to do that and then blending it out. And to start our transition, I am going to apply Beaches and Cream by Makeup Geek. This is going to go into the crease with a big fluffy brush, and then I'm going to go in with a little bit of Soft Brown from MAC. This is a beautiful neutral transition shade. I love this shade. It's one of my favorites by MAC for sure. Then I'm going to bounce into my Morphe 350 palette. You guys know that I'm obsessed with this freaking palette. It's so beautiful. I'm going to use this neutral brown deep shade in the palette to deepen the outer corners. But as you can see, I'm not being very precise with this. I'm really just messily blending this all over the lid to give that nice blown out bombshell smoky eye, but keeping it very natural and daytime appropriate. Then I'm going to use my Smashbox primer water. I'm going to spray this all over my face, you know, drenching my face, and then using my First Aid Beauty coconut smoothing primer just to give myself a little bit more radiance. And then, of course, I have to smooth those ugly blemishes all over my chin. I have a ton of texture right now, so I want to make sure the skin is nice and smooth. And as you can see, I'm going to do a little bit of spot concealing as well, just on those areas where there's some extra redness that I feel like my foundation will not cover it on its own. So for foundation today, I'm going to be going in with the Sonia Kashuk, I believe it's Soft Matte Focus Foundation, and I'm going to mix it with a little bit of my NYX Liquid Illuminator, and then I'm going to apply this to the face. I'm going to be using my damp beauty blender. You know, that's my favorite thing to do with foundations for sure. It blends it out so perfectly and just makes the job so much easier. And I love that it picks up all that excess product so you don't end up with cake face, because you know, cake face is not cute. Not cute at all. But yeah, so I'm just going to blend that and bring it down the neck, you know, all those places that I need some coverage. I want to make sure that it's blended into the hairline, everything like that. We don't want any harsh lines, and we want it to look very dewy and natural. Then, as you can see, I felt like I needed a little bit more coverage on those little spots on my chin, and then I'm going to go in with concealer. I'm using the Naked Skin Concealer. It's one of my favorite concealers. As you guys know, I use it all the time. I'm in the shade Light Neutral. No, Fair Neutral, I believe. It's the lightest neutral that you can get. It's either Light Neutral or Fair Neutral. I'm not really sure. But I'm just putting that in all the places where I usually do, just in the center of my face, underneath the eyes, and then I'm going to blend it out with my Beauty Blender. Once we've blended everything out, I'm just going to go in and really make sure I don't have any creases underneath my eyes. And then I'm going to use my damp beauty blender and bake underneath my eyes using the RCMA No Color Powder. I'm really pouncing that in underneath my eyes, and I'm going to put it all over my chin and throughout everywhere where we put the concealer. And then after that, I'm going to go in with my, I believe this is, I'm not 100% sure what powder this is, I forget. It's a drugstore powder. I'll leave it linked down below, don't you worry. I'm just going to set the rest of my foundation with that, and then I'm going to move on to brows. So I figured I would incorporate a little bit of my brow routine in this video, just because I told you guys that I would continue to add in brows, just because I didn't really think it was necessary to do a brow routine. This is how I fill them in when I'm using powder. You guys know I love the Sigma brow powder. It's so perfect. I love the color of it. I'm in the shade Light. But what I do with this is I really just give myself a natural, fluffy, feathery brow. That's really what I've been into lately, more than the really bold and shaped brows. I just like it to be kind of messy and feathery. And you'll see later on when I go to set them, I just brush all the hair up to help it be a little bit more feathery. Now I'm going to use a duo fiber brush to wipe away all that excess powder. This has become my go-to lately, using a duo fiber brush. It just makes the face look so airbrushed. Then I'm using my Laura, I believe this is Laura Geller, I don't know, I forget. I'm going to link it down below though, I promise. So this is just a highlighting powder, but it's very natural. This is a gorgeous highlighter for mature skin, but what I use it for is to highlight all in those areas that I set with powder to give my face that radiant, dewy effect again. I just don't like when my face looks too powdery. So now I'm using the NYX, I believe this is a fine tip liner, I think is what it's called. I'm not sure. Of course, I'm not sure with any of my products. Jesus, guys, I promise. I know what I'm talking about. It's just I can't think of the name of this liner right now. But I am going to do a wing. Say what? Since when do I do wings? I know. I just really was feeling it this day, and you can see it took me a while to do it because I was struggling real hard. So now I'm just using a little bit of MAC Soft Brown and buffing that underneath of my lower lash line, and then applying some mascara to prep it for falsies. So in this video, I did not have my eyelash extensions yet, as you can see, but I do have my eyelash extensions now, and guys, I love them. I'm not sure how long I'm going to keep them, but if you guys want to see a video all on my eyelash extensions, let me know. But here I'm just applying the Ardell Demi Wispies. When I do wear fake lashes, it's usually the Demi Wispies or the Wispies. Those are usually the ones that I go to. Ardell's lashes are just so comfortable to wear and so easy to apply that I just always gravitate towards them for some reason. But then I'm going to go in with my Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion. I don't really know what shade this is in because, as you guys can see, I beat this thing to death. Oh my god, I use this bronzer all the time. But I'm just going to really bronze up the face and make it a beautiful bronze because this look is very spring and very daytime, bronzy, summertime look. So I just really wanted my face to be nice and bronzed and tan. So I'm going in with that, with my favorite bronzing brush from Morphe, which I talked about in my last video, I believe. But then I'm going to use the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. You guys know I love this bronzer to do contouring. I will bronze with it sometimes, but most of the time I'm using this to contour, and I love it. So I'm just contouring all the areas that I want to create a shadow. So underneath my cheekbones, down the sides of my nose, my temples, underneath of my bottom lip, anywhere that I want to shadow away, I will apply that. And then when I go in with highlighter, I will highlight everything that I want to come forward. So I think I might do a whole highlighting and contouring routine, so look out for that because that will definitely be coming shortly for you guys. But as you can see, I'm just going to blend out my nose contour and then go in with blush. This is a beautiful pink blush from Becca. I will link it down below for you guys just because I'm not 100% sure of the shade, but it's a really hot pink, and I just wanted to bring out that pinkiness to the eyes. And then using my RCMA No Color Powder, I'm going to shape out my contour just because I did get a little bit messy with that. But then in this clip, you guys can see this is how I've been setting them. I've just been really brushing all of the hair up and then making sure that the tail is down. That way it gives it that very fluffy, feathered appearance. And then I'm going to blend away all of that powder that was baking underneath my contour and bring it up into the blush. This is how I really like to blend everything together to give that skin a very natural finish rather than it feeling very line and streaky. I like all of it to be blended on my cheek. And then using MAC Soft and Gentle, one of my favorite highlighters ever, I'm going to highlight my cheekbones and all of the areas that I usually highlight. Down my tip of my nose, the cupid's bow, above the eyebrows, everywhere that I want to bring light to the face. And then I'm going to spritz my face with some rose water just because I want my face to appear very natural. I don't want anything to look too powdery. And I've been taking my beauty blender and pouncing off all that extra powder. Now I'm just going to pop on some mascara and put a little bit of a cream shaded liner in my lower lash line. And then I'm going to apply lips, and then I start talking in the rest of the video. Okay, bye guys. Okay, so I'm not 100% sure what I want to do lip-wise yet. Like, I have an idea, but I don't know which I'm going to go with. But I am going to line my lips. I'm going to use the NYX lip liner in Fuchsia. So that is the lip liner. I feel like the camera is picking up a little bit more red than what it really is. It actually is very true to color. It's very fuchsia, purple, pink. I have two different lip colors. I have Mars from ColourPop. This is an ultra matte lip. I have worn this before and I love the color of it. And then this is an Ulta matte lipstick in the shade 250, and this has a little bit more of like a reddish pink. So I'm going to swatch both of them on the back of my hand so you guys can see. This is the Ulta matte lipstick. It has a little bit more coral undertone, and then this is the ColourPop. It has a little bit more of a pink. So I think I am going to go with the ColourPop. Okay guys, so that is the completed look. I'm going to finish applying this lip, and then that is it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next tutorial.